No, I wasn't frozen. I was just trying to be like, oh my god. I was like this. I was like, they're probably gonna think that this stream is frozen. I'm like, just act cool. Anyway, folks, it is 9/12/2011. We just got finished with our raid. You're probably going to be seeing this noted as my 9/11 video log. Obviously, a lot has transpired this morning. Funny part is I got trolled for like the first time in like 4 years. I logged in to kill Jaden this morning, and I got a response from one of the guilds that I was apping to, which was Death Jesters. They're a very respectable guild. I'll talk about them in a second here. And what happened was someone came on to kill Jaden under the name of their GM. Now, mind you, the Death Jesters application is a private one. You don't post on a forum or anything. You just send it to a specific email address. Then they respond to you and tell you what's going on. Now, what happened was someone came on to kill Jaden under the GM's name with squiggly letters in it, and I'm thinking, okay, that's him. I say, what's up? He goes, what's up? And he starts talking. He's like, all right, well, this is what we have right now. This is our current situation. And then he says, we don't need any tanks at the moment. We're covered on tanks, but, we appreciate, you applying and everything. I just came here and wanted to talk to you personally about it. I was like, oh, cool. All right. Well, thanks, dude. Because I was previously in Death Jesters. Now, what happened in Death Jesters was I joined there, and they already had a bear tank, a warrior tank, Dorgal's amazing person. I think he was French. He had like a French accent. And Velthor, who was a Death Knight tank, who I think at the time was having some sort of I think maybe outside family obligations that he had to attend to. And the guild was pretty good. They were in the top 175, I believe, at the time during Wrath of the Lich King for progression. And what was going on in the U.S., not the world. And what was going on was I was tanking pretty good. I did my job, everything I was told. They actually have a feedback section of their recruitment, I guess, email for the other officers to see. I got amazing feedback. They were saying, he picked up on the strategies quick. He knows what he's doing when he's tanking. He's better than probably all the other tanks we've had as applications. But at the time that I was in Death Jesters, I really didn't feel like I was, I guess good enough to join them. I thought that my skill wasn't where it should be for that level and for that insane amount of progression, because that was the first guild that I had joined, besides going back all the way to the Nax AQ40 days, where people were raiding. They were raiding 5 nights a week for like 5 hours, and I was like, I don't think I can handle that right now, and I think it's a little bit too over the top, and maybe I'm not just ready for this type of guild. And they were a little disappointed that I left, because they really liked me and they wanted me to stay to see what was going to happen. And so when I talked to the GM, who I thought was the GM, he said they didn't need tanks. I was like, oh, well, thanks, dude, for coming. It's good to talk to you again. Yeah, whatever, bye. So then I had an event interview with Obsidian on Frostmane. And their GM was pretty cool. He was a pretty amazing guy. I talked to him, and he said, "You know what? Well, we have a paladin tank who's currently leaving at the end of this tier, and we're gonna make him switch to a hunter, and then you can come in and tank with me on Rag." And I was like, "Okay, that sounds pretty good." So I basically said, "Yeah, sure. Let's do this. I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna transfer to Frostmane." So next thing you know, I'm ready to transfer over to Frostmane. I'm talking to the live stream here. I'm doing my thing. I look at my other screen. I look at my chat room, and the GM of Death Jesters is there, and he says, "Hey, Towelliee, let me know when you have the time to talk so we can talk about your application." And I was like, we just spoke about this earlier today, right? And he's like, "No, I've been working from 5 to 7. I was like, so I got trolled. The person who contacted me in the morning was, in fact, not even from Death Jesters. It was just, I guess, a random troll who, I don't know where he came from, but he trolled his way. I then spoke to the guild master of Death Jesters, and he was like, yeah, let's do it. Come back. Let's get you started. Obviously, you're going to have to work for your position. There's other applicants who are here, and they're trying to tank. So let's see what's going to transpire. I said, all right, let's do this. I don't mind a little friendly competition. I could probably use it, get myself back up to speed. Now, Death Jesters, folks, they've been around since the beginning of WoW. I mean, not a lot of guilds can say that. If you actually go to the Death Jesters homepage, you can read about their history. You can actually see their videos from back in the 40-man raids. They have their Cthulhu video, their Twin Emps video, and the funny part is that the same guildmaster who I talked to today is in those videos, yelling at their raid and shit, and like Onyxia 40-man, and freaking Huron 40-man, and it's pretty awesome because you rarely see any guilds that are like that. And the reason why I like Death Jesters so much is because they love to communicate with their members. They love to communicate with their members, as well as they have a very amazing system. They give you like a mentor when you join the guild, and that guy, it's basically like, the delegated information that the GM doesn't want to be bothered with. When are you raiding? Are you raiding right now? If there's a problem with your tanking, this is what you got to work on. They will never, ever, ever kick you out of the guild, degrade you, do anything like that. If you do something incorrect, they'll sit you. They'll tell you you're not raiding today because we think that you're not doing this right, but this is what you need to do to fix it. You'll be back in next week, and we'll see if you fixed your problems. And that's the kind of guild they are, you know what I'm saying? And that type of attitude has worked with them for the past 7 years, being actually communicative with your members, not just sending someone a whisper and saying, hey, you're fucking up, shape it up, blah, 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 or, misinterpreting what you say in Ventrilo and shit like that. They actually take you, like, I've seen it happen to other members in their guild in the past. If someone was messing up, they take them into another channel and say, hey, look, these are your problems, these are your issues, you need to fix this. Do it as quickly as possible so we can continue with our progression. And that's it. Like I said, very friendly, family atmosphere they have there. Very tight-knit community, and that's a community that I want to be in. And it's a community that I think I probably should have stayed in. But like I said, at the time, a year and some change ago, I was basically, I guess overwhelmed, and I didn't think I was ready for a guild like Death Jesters. And it's good to know that, there's not any children or kids or immature people running the guild. That's being just run by adults who progress the same as any other guild, put their time in like any other guild, and compete with the rest of the guilds in the U.S. So I'm very happy to be a part of Death Jesters. Hopefully, already transferred both my Druid tank and my Paladin tank over to Stormrage Alliance, and I'm gonna have some fun. They do a lot of ult raids. They do a lot of late night raids. They have pugs. They do GDKP runs on the weekends. They're very active, and they're very like I said, they're very active with their members. They love talking to the new people. They fool around too, like any other guild does. And yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm really excited to put all this bullshit with me. Put all this bullshit in the past. Put it behind me, and just continue forth as any other person should. I told people today in my live stream, like, you know what, guys, just leave it alone. There's no need to log on to servers and try to troll people. You know what? People sometimes when they're put out there in the public eye and they've been watched for the past like half a year, by hundreds up to thousands of people, they already know what happened. The people who have been watching my live stream for the past like 5-6 months, they already know the actual truth. Anyone can try to defend themselves. Anyone can try to put on a defense mechanism like some people have already and try to act like trolls and try to just be like, just try to shoot the shit, talk the shit. But those hundreds of people, thousands of people who have been watching me for the past 5 months, they know the truth. They know what has happened. They know what has transpired. And now it is behind us. So now we move forward. Death Jesters on Stormrage. Amazing tabard. Oh my god, I can't wait to wear the tabard. The fucking Death Jester's tabard is amazing. It's like the little, like, the Death Jester freaking crown and shit with black. Oh, it looks so damn good. Doesn't really go with what I'm wearing, and yes, I have to be a dwarf. I asked the GM, can I be a human? He's like, you can do whatever you want. I'm like, I feel so bad being a human. And, you know, being a raiding tank, being a human, I just can't do it. I gotta be a fucking dwarf for stone form. Gift of the Naru, it's pretty good, but still, you know, I want to be, you know, I'm gonna stick to my dwarf. I've gotten used to it already. But, like I said, Death Jesters, a guild with much respect in the community. And lucky for me, you know, I've been with them already. Even tonight when I came back on the server, a lot of their members recognized me, said hi to me, said what's up, what's going on, these are the updates, this guy's not here anymore, this guy left, this guy retired. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So I was able to talk with them already, and that's the best part about being with Death Jesters is that, you know, in case, you know, anyone or any group of people try to contact the GM or their officers and say, hey, this guy, you know, was on this server, and this is the reason why we did, you know, this is the reason why we kicked him, and you should watch out for it. They don't care. They know what I'm about. You know, they've been with me for, you know, they've been with me in the past. They know what my attitude is. They see me in raid. They see me in action. They know what's going to happen. So I'm happy to be in the guild that I was already previously in, that have decided to give me another chance, another shot to become one of their premier tanks from now into the future expansions. But like I said, we carry on. We just finished doing some League of Legends. Amumu. Oh my god, I just purchased like the Amumu armor, like with my points. It's like Amumu with like fucking like this whole silver armor thing. I can't wait to use that shit. It's like a whole skin. And then I got that big fat dude with the fucking kegger of beer, and I got him like that fucking Esquire suit. Oh, it's gonna be so baller. But my plans for the week are obviously to raid. Concentrate on my raid. Obviously, you know, I learned something from all this is that, you know, the live stream could be distracting sometimes. So, you know, while I'm raiding this week, I'm going to try to be, you know, put away the live stream. You know, unfortunately, it took a long time for people to, you know, to say something like that to me. But, you know, now I actually realize, you know, that the live stream could be distracting. You know, you have 1,000 people talking to you at the same time while you're trying to raid and concentrate on the fight. So I'm going to try, you know, to block off the live stream while I'm in the middle of my attempts, while I'm in the middle of doing my thing, and just concentrate on what matters, and it's downing bosses. And people, no matter what, whether I talk or not during my raid nights, raid fights, people are going to listen. People are going to watch because they want to see me progress, and I want to see us all progress together. And I'm going to try my best to put out some more TGN videos in the future. It's hard, man. It's hard when you go to sleep this late. I might have to actually start cutting off my nights like around 1 or 2 in the morning due to how my fucking foot itches like crazy. And, yeah, I definitely want to do that. I definitely want to be able to wake up in the morning and make more TGN videos. Obviously, once Lula right now, she's on leave from work for what happened with her back injury. So once, you know, she's cleared to go back and she goes back, I'll have more time to wake up in the morning, make some videos, do more work in the background for TGN. And but I love Lula, man. I love having her around. When she's around, like throughout the whole entire day, she does the funniest shit. She plays her games, and we hang out, and we go out to dinner, and all this other stuff. And yeah, so that's pretty much it from my side today, folks. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video log. It's more like another update to what's going on. It's like the Towelliee Watch 2011. And that's what's happening. So if you guys want to come over to a Stormrage Alliance, come see what's up to me. I'll be on there probably tomorrow, like around 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm probably going to be running some dungeons to just, you know, warm myself up. I haven't raided in Towelliee like in a week and a half, almost 2 weeks now. So, you know, I want to try to keep myself as non-rusty as possible. So, I say to you folks, peace out. Much love. That's all I can really say. See you guys later. Boop, boop. You guys are like, oh my god, what the fuck was that, Towelliee? You almost scared the shit out of me. Some guy was asking me before. They were like, hey, Towelliee, what would you do if some black guy came knocking on your door? And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, what was that? There's a Negro in my house.